Jam TV.
Lui è Dylan e insieme ad altri cagnolini qualche giorno fa al Teatro Franco Parenti di Milano ha assistito a un concerto per cani tenuto dalla grande Laurie Anderson. L'artista americana era qui in Italia per presentare il suo ultimo progetto cinematografico, un audiovisivo chiamato Heart of a Dog, il cuore di un cane, dedicato alla sua cagnolina Lolabelle. Noi abbiamo incontrato Laurie Anderson e come prima cosa le abbiamo chiesto quanto grande è il cuore di un cagnolino.
Dogs are very generous. They're so generous. And when we played last night, the second show, it was a big dog just listening on the stage, sitting, looking at the equipment, looking at me, looking down the, waiting, listening, ears are, and at the end of the show, the dog gets up like this, like, and puts her hands on my back and licking my face like blah, 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 for like 2 minutes. I thought, what person would do something like that? I love that concert. Thank you so much. It was so nice. So, you know, that's a big heart.
Laurie Anderson nel suo Heart of a Dog ovviamente racconta la storia, tra le altre, di Lolabelle, il suo amato, la sua amata cagnolina. Una cagnolina che, pensate un po', sapeva dipingere e suonare il pianoforte. Ma cerchiamo di capire come fa un cagnolino a suonare il pianoforte.
I never wanted a piano playing dog, believe me. I don't like trick dogs. I don't like dogs that are wearing clothes. Playing the piano is painting, silly for a dog. Why did my dog do that? Okay, so when Lolabelle went blind, she did not do well. She froze in place. She didn't, you had to pick her up to go to her water bowl. You had to pick her up again to take her on down to the park. You had to pick her up to go to bed. She would not move because she was a CNBC West Village dog, like, hey, how you doing? How you know, eyesight was big for her. And when she suddenly went blind from cancer, it happened really quickly. Now, many dogs, they do very well when they're blind. They don't see so well anyway. They hear really well. They, you know, have a great sense of direction, and smell is their brain. Eyes, no, that's not so good. So, but so they do well often when they lose their sight. She did not, because she was focused on that. So I called someone and I said, why don't you, can you help me? Because I can't, she's not doing anything. She said, I taught my dogs to play piano. I said, well, why? She said, well, because it's something for them to do, a way to control the world. And so she taught Lolabelle to play, and Lolabelle played every day for 2 years. And every noon, people would come by and listen to the studio, and they'd go, oh, what's Lolabelle playing? She'd do a little concert. Very social. She got people around her. It's bouncing around the rooms. It's sound. It's filling the room in a physical, very physical way. And I'd have to say, music saved her life.
È la storia di Lolabelle, il cagnolino di Laurie Anderson. Abbiamo voluto però chiedere all'artista americana che cosa sia stato per lei, Lolabelle, un cucciolo, un amico o addirittura un alter ego?
No, she's not my alter ego. I didn't want to anthropomorphize her. She's a dog, you know. But she was a wonderful, wonderful animal, full of joy and poetry and silliness and sweetness. And you know, they're just wonderful. When you get, I was sick once for a couple of weeks in a hospital, and it was a great hospital. They allowed dogs, which is very unusual. But she just stayed, not moving, except to go out twice a day. Stayed with me, and this is very touching.
Heart of a Dog presenta riflessioni sulla vita e sui misteri della morte. Laurie Anderson negli ultimi anni ha subito perdite dolorose, per questo le abbiamo voluto chiedere se, in seguito a questi fatti, la sua percezione della morte sia cambiata.
The film is about memory, it's about love, it's about death, it's about... But you asked how my thoughts about death have changed, and I would say that I got to put in my own thought on that, which is, you know, a lot of people who have gone through the death of a loved person, they're just like, why? Why does it have to happen just when you are living and everything's going well, and then you just die? What's the point? What's the point? And my experience of this, I really tend to think, what's the point? Is that the purpose of death is the release of love, and I see that more and more in my life, that you that person has, it's almost like an explosion of like, wow, energy, and you see, when a life is over, you see it in a different way. You see energy in a different way, and you see the kinds of things that they tried to do as well. Okay, so we all fail mostly, at things, but we try. So when that love is released, because it can be then, it's very powerful.
In Heart of a Dog, Laurie Anderson ha avuto una specie di fil rouge, una frase dello scrittore americano David Foster Wallace, che diceva: ogni storia d'amore è la storia di un fantasma. Però abbiamo voluto chiedere a Laurie che cosa significasse veramente questa frase e perché è stata tanto importante per lei nella realizzazione di Heart of a Dog.
This is a movie about stories and how we tell them and how we impose them on other people too. And so for me, the training is the same training that I use as an artist, as a Buddhist, as an anthropologist, is to try to see things as they are, not as I think they should be or they could be, as they are. And that's a certain kind of interest in realism, or whatever you call it, I don't know. But I think he meant that you have a projection and you project it onto other people, and it's not real. It's a ghost-like projection, and then it's not really that person you're looking at. So a lot of big mistakes are made that way because you don't understand who that is.
All'inizio di Heart of the Dog c'è una menzione sui fatti dell'11 settembre del 2001, a 15 anni esatti per una abitante di New York. Tra l'altro Laurie Anderson ha un'abitazione che è molto vicina ai luoghi degli attentati. Ecco, abbiamo voluto chiedere un ricordo personale di quei giorni tragici.
It was part of a big wave that is now, I don't think it was the beginning of one. It was part of one that was moving before this, a wave of fear and the beginnings of a surveillance culture, and one that is motivated by fear. And we see 15 years later how it spreads like a poison over the whole world, of revenge and fear of terrorism and fear of other people and what they're going to do. Today, Donald Trump announced that he would kill the families of suspected terrorists. He would kill the families of suspected terrorists. This is now where we are. This man is mentally ill. When you vote for something like Donald Trump, or like this, keep people out, it's a vote of fear. And so, like you say, it's a vote against something. But I live in a big port city, New York, and the strength of New York is the chaos and all the different people who are there. We don't look at all alike. Anyone who comes to New York is a New Yorker. They're instantly, you're in. It's not like we have to be dressed a certain way. No, that's what port cities do to the mix. So the more the merrier, and so port cities have that, and I think you have to remember that's a very important energy, and that's where freedom comes from just, yeah, come on in.
Nelle ultime immagini di Heart of a Dog si vede il compagno di Laurie Anderson, Lou Reed, giocare con la cagnolina. Quindi noi, che abbiamo avuto molte occasioni di frequentare Lou Reed e che tutto pensavamo fuorché fosse un amante dei cani, abbiamo chiesto se invece il rapporto tra Lolabelle e Lou Reed sia stato un rapporto dolce e delicato, come si vede nelle immagini del film.
When our veterinarian says, I have some bad news for you. You're going to have to put Lolabelle down. That means kill her. You have to put her down because she will have to live in an oxygen tent the rest of her life. So Lou said, where do we get an oxygen tent? So we got one, little tent. She went in there that night. She spent the night, you know, and then in the morning she came out, okay, and then she lived 2 more years. Once in a while she'd go in and get a little extra oxygen. It's not hard to do. You know, when people, the experts tell you, it's time for, you know, and they do that, you know, you just go, really? Where do I get the tent? You just give a little, you know, Lou is like that, you know, just like, I'm not going to believe you necessarily. Maybe you're right, maybe you're not.
Heart of a Dog è un film che consiglio a tutti di vedere, così come consiglio a tutti di riuscire prima o poi a partecipare a uno di questi concerti per cani, degli eventi davvero particolari che Laurie Anderson è in grado di presentare con la sua grazia, con la sua delicatezza e con la sua grande e inimitabile arte. Ricordatevi, Heart of a Dog nei cinema italiani.
It's wonderful to play for dogs, I have to say. It's a pleasure because they're good with improv. You know, they're like, what's going on here? They're not going, is this a jazz concert or electroacoustic concert? Because I paid for a jazz concert. You better play jazz, you know? They don't care what you play. Just make it good. The other concerts, like I said, in Scandinavia, we played in a porn theater because they covered the seats with plastic and they were afraid the dogs would kind of mess up the upholstery. So that was fun because it's like a kind of crazy atmosphere in a porn theater. And in Britain, we played in a big amphitheater, and that was the only dog fight. There was 2 terriers. One is going, fuck you. And the other one's going, fuck you. No, fuck you. And they go, guys, just chill out. You're not at a soccer game, you know? You're just like, there's nothing to bark about here. But of course, they're terriers, so they're like, yeah, yeah. Mostly, the dog audiences have been wonderful. Just